All right, so I think the string thinking about things ready to go though. So hello everybody, Megan ZardCast here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, yes, marks my 12th episode of my ZardCast podcast. Now, normally I would like to hold these things on Sunday evenings once every other week. But with yesterday being the 4th of July, I decided, what, I was thinking I might have been able to get away with it, but you know how 4th of the July festivities will go. So I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and just take the whole day off though. So here I am at it again on a strange Monday night. Typically when I normally do game streams though, but you got to switch it up every now and then. You can't just do the same thing over and over though. But just going off of the topic of 4th of July, I had a pretty good holiday, pretty good solid holiday. And you know what, with the 4th of July and stuff, I was like. Unfortunately, I was one of those people that had to actually work like 8 to 5 on that day, though. But it's like the second I got off, I managed to go over to my grandparents' house, managed to hang out with all my extended families, got to, eat some good food, did like a little catfish fry. So, so the fish was really good. Had some really good shrimp over there too. So I was like, you know what? Ooh, man, ooh, that food was really hitting so good though. Had dessert, all that good fixings and stuff. Got to play a few little games and stuff and pop a few firecrackers off. Once all of that was done and settled, though, we also managed to go ahead and head to like a community fireworks show. Got to see it all live and popping up. I might throw like a little quick snippet of it, or just like a quick little snippet of video, maybe on my Twitter account or whatever. Though, like towards the very end of a fireworks show, they pop up like all the stuff and they go all out on it, whatever. Though, so that's what I mainly did, and just recently just got done with doing some s'mores with the family once again. So I was like. I've been kind of doing a little bit of everything this whole entire weekend though. But I am wishing that hopefully that all of y'all manage to have a great 4th of July where you're popping firecrackers. Hopefully you're safe or you're still going through and popping a few of them because my dad was trying to do a few more here tonight. But yeah, so whatever you do, make sure you stay safe and also have a great time at it. So in terms of who's all going to be on here, this is going to be one of them rare soloist things because it seems like a few of my friends are tied up. One was tied. Sonic U was tied up with work and stuff, and it seems like the other few were had some previous prior obligations. I mean, coming off of the holiday weekend, everybody's kind of tied up here and there though. So it's just gonna be me tonight. So I might have to take some little breaks every now and then, just to make sure I don't wear my voice out because I have a crap ton of topics to go through tonight. And I was like, I didn't think I'll have that many topics to go through all in one night, but I within the past 2 weeks, they just been stockpiling all this stuff out. So I got to get all my thoughts out here though. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight up into these news topics, at least for the pop culture segment. Now, the first thing I got to talk about is there's going to be a brand new SpongeBob series, yes, but not actually with the yellow sponge himself. It's going to be with Patrick Star, the Patrick Star show. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, okay, I know, I guess modern SpongeBob, if you happen to still be watching it nowadays, I'm like, it's okay. It's not nearly as good as like if you're like a '90s kid like me, or where you grew up with SpongeBob and stuff, and then to the early 2000s. I mean, all those shows were good. You could probably quote certain segments, and there's a lot of moments that you could probably apply to your real everyday life, though. But I am kind of curious exactly how in the world this Patrick Star show will go with Patrick being the main star of the show. Oh man, no pun intended though. But he'll be the main star of the show right there though. So I mean, it is kind of interesting. I think it starts sometime this summer though, so I might have to give it like a quick little watch or whatever though, just kind of see exactly how far the series has came over this far though. But it's been a while since I watched a newer, so to say, SpongeBob episode. But if you happen to be one of those big fans of SpongeBob, let me know in the comment section down below though. But for me, I just gotta honestly wait and see about it though. I mean, SpongeBob's been all over the place though, but hopefully this one's a good watch or whatever though. But that's all I gotta say on that topic though. Now, moving on to the next. Okay, this is one I could actually say a little more stuff about it in terms of for this pop culture segment one, because we are getting a brand new Monsters Inc. Incorporated show with Disney Plus, and it's actually going to happen this week on Wednesday. And you know what? This is one of those few shows on Disney Plus that I really was looking forward to a whole bunch because I mean, shoot, if you ever just went and just listen to the main theme with the jazz sort of kind of thing with the music that they have within this series, though, I mean, that main thing always gets to me every single time. And I'm like, I just love that theme to death, though. But yes, a brand new series is going to come out this Wednesday. So I've been looking forward to this. I'm kind of curious because I think it basically goes off of the events off of, the first movie. Because the second movie, if y'all remember that was basically them kind of going through like their college life. So that was still a heavy emphasis on actually scaring, though. But we all know that after the end of the first movie, they transitioned to laughter. So that's basically where the Disney Plus show is basically picking off, though. So it's not going to be just Sully and Mike. I think who our original stars of the show are, but it seems like they have this other new purple kind of dude, and it looks like he was sort of kind of used to just doing the whole entire scaring thing, but then I guess he got a rude awakening whenever he managed to get over there. It's like, oh no, we're not scaring no more. We're just actually basing this all on laughter, and that's how we kind of get our energy for the whole populace and whatnot, though. So I am kind of curious about this. I really hope it's a good one. I don't know exactly how many episodes this series is gonna have. It's something I have to probably look a little bit more into, though. But I'm hoping that with each episode it's gonna be pretty good. And the opening song it's gonna be a little bit different because you know how normally it's like that little jazzy sort of kind of thing. I just happen to be checking their Twitter account, and it's actually gonna be like a vocal version of the traditional jazzified version of the theme. So if y'all, I mean that is available out there. I know on their Twitter account, or you probably can look it up on YouTube or whatever, though. So I mean, if you're interested in that, you can kind of look it up, though. It is kind of unique. They gave you a small little snippet. It's not the whole entire thing, but just a small little snippet, though. But I am looking forward to this, though. And honestly, probably by the next podcast session that I do, I might give a little 2 cents as to what I kind of think about the series because we might have 2 episodes by then, though. But that's basically all I have to say in terms of my pop culture segments. Just two things that I kind of wanted to get out there right now, though. Although I just remembered something, and it wasn't originally on my list, but I did happen to remember that yes, not Wanda. I was about to say WandaVision. No, Black Widow is actually coming out this week, and I am super excited for it. I mean, think about it. This movie has been honestly delayed. What was it? It was supposed to come out in May of 2020, got delayed to like November of 2020, got delayed again to like May of 2021, and then finally got delayed one more time. So third time was the charm, and we're finally getting it July. So it's actually dropping out this Friday. So you can go ahead and pre-order your tickets now, whether you want to go in theaters or you can also watch it on Disney Plus itself. I managed to pre-order on Disney Plus because I'm kind of spoiled about watching movies, especially with HBO Max dropping their movies out on there. So I was like, you know what, I just got spoiled with that. So I was like, okay, so but that's where I pre-ordered my tickets from. I'm gonna watch it with my family. So honestly, me personally, I will be saving money in comparison to being able to run out with my whole entire family going to the movie theaters, though. It's just a little more convenient like that, though. But honestly, yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this, though. And yes, this is actually one of the weird weeks where we're gonna have a Loki episode as well as a brand new MCU series show, and that's probably the reason why they shifted Loki to Wednesdays instead of Fridays, just so they wouldn't have like a Disney Plus series show conflicting with an actual big movie release that normally drops out on Friday. So that's the main reason why they sort of kind of shifted that. So a lot of MCU stuff that's going to be going down here on my channel this week. I don't know whether or not I'm going to have the discussion either on Saturday night or Sunday, depending on if I have a few of my friends that might be sometime that weekend might be watching the movie. Depends on if one of them happens to watch it and if they want to kind of discuss their thoughts with me. So if that does happen, I'll let you know on my Twitter account whether or not it's going to be Saturday night where I might go and talk about this, or if it's going to wind up being a Sunday night. I got to kind of play it by ear, though. But just kind of keep an eye out on my Twitter, though. But I'm definitely excited for that movie, though. And shoot, it's really going to be a good one, though. But that's basically it in terms of all the pop culture or slash that little mini Marvel segment that I have right there, though. Now, in terms of our gaming topic news, yes, Pokemon Unite actually managed to drop out a new beta. And essentially, if you had a Japanese account, you can actually go into the Switch with your Japanese account, download that beta. I had a couple of my friends that tried it out. I was trying to, and then figured out something. I can't remember if it was like it could have been storage because I had plenty of storage on my Switch, but it was something with the online accounts, and for some reason it wasn't verifying me. I don't know what the heck was going on with it, though. But I was like, yeah, I was like, you know what? It's supposed to come out in July. I'll just wait then because I think it's gonna be like one of those sort of kind of free to play games, or at least originally that's basically how it's gonna work out. And then you probably have to do some kind of They're gonna do some monetization in it in order to kind of get their revenue and profits from it, though. But honestly, from what I heard, it seems kind of cool, unique. It's kind of like, Raid, Legends, or League of Legends, and all that kind of stuff. Your typical mobile game that you mostly see people playing on PC, though. So honestly, I'll give it a little spin. I'll give it a little whirl. I'll probably play it on the Switch. I probably most likely will not play it on mobile or even try it on mobile, though. But it is available for Switch and mobile, for anybody that's going to be interested in that. So the beta is out right now. I don't know if it's actually still actively going out, but it was active roughly a couple weeks ago. So it might still be up though. But if you're interested in it, hey, you don't have to wait too much longer because the game is supposed to release out this month. And I did kind of feel like it was sort of kind of shoehorned in there at like the last second because literally I could have they mentioned something about this earlier on or early, within late technically 2020. And then all of a sudden they don't say nothing for like a good few months, and then all of a sudden, bang, here it all is, and I'm like, what the heck? Like you just popped this out of nowhere and saying it's kind of releasing on this exact month. They're trying to kind of catch people by surprise. I don't know, but that's just how they're gonna do it though. So that's basically all I gotta say on Pokemon Unite. But y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below if you're gonna be one of those people that are gonna be really interested in playing out this new game. Because me personally, I might dabble in it a little bit, but it probably ain't sort of kind of say my cup of tea. Now, next thing on here is a little bit of a mini Sonic segment. I got a couple of news topics that I wanted to go through and discuss, both of them relating with Sonic. And yes, we did manage to get some kind of little new update on some words from one of the Sonic creators because apparently Sega's Takashi Lizuka, oh, shoot, I know I probably butchered that name though, but he mentioned in one of like a quick little news article and said that he hopes that the Sonic 2022 will lay the foundation for the future of Sonic 3D games. Now, originally when I thought about that, I was like, with Sonic's kind of sketchy little track record, I love Sonic, don't get me wrong, but here lately they sort of kind of been like a hit and miss, especially with Sonic Forces. Like they can't ever quite get into like a good groove with their 3D games, but people always love to go back and talk about Sonic Colors. That's a good one right there. Sonic Unleash or Sonic Generations. People like that game. Sonic Adventure 2 and so forth, though. But if you're trying to go ahead and mention that you're hoping that this is going to lay the groundwork for the next 3D Sonic games in a similar manner, how like Sonic Adventure 1 sort of kind of did it for its time way back on the Dreamcast when got ported to the GameCube and such. I mean, that's a very high bar to kind of set your expectations to. And I was like, you know what? It's always good to kind of have a high bar way above your head. That way you can have something to kind of go for. Even though I'm kind of skeptical of whether or not they're actually going to be able to achieve that goal, though. At least just me personally thinking about it, though. But I mean, it's a nice goal to achieve or at least set the bar for. But the execution for it is going to be the most critical thing. I mean, so far all we got was like a little bit of a teaser cutscene. Didn't even get to see Sonic's face. All we got to see is literally like this dude's shoes over here, as if like we don't see them shoes enough. So I'm like, okay. I was like, not too much to go off of, and saw that figure eight that he sort of kind of ran in. Almost scared some people for a second because it almost looked like a six. Oh, that made me crack up whenever I first saw that though. But other than that, I mean, there's not too much more to kind of say about this topic though, but y'all gotta let me know if y'all are excited for this new Sonic game. Do you think it's gonna set the bar up for any games or 3D Sonic games, should I say, moving from this point forward, or you sort of kind of thinking, he's just kind of saying this just to kind of get people riled up, but it might not come to fruition in terms of the big grand scope that people are maybe expecting out of this game. But we'll have to just wait and see on that though. But moving forward to the next Sonic topic, we did get to know that yes, Sonic the Hedgehog is now on Minecraft. Think about it. Sonic the Hedgehog is on Minecraft. And to that I say, you know what? Minecraft have been putting almost everybody up in there. I mean, and that ain't no surprise though. And just looking at it, it sort of kind of looks cool. I mean, just kind of seeing some like made levels where you can actually run through it with Sonic. I think you run with Tails, Knuckles. I think even Shadow, and I want to say even Amy. I wasn't able to fully fit it on this image right here though, or I think or playable to some level or degree though. But I'm like, okay, and that's kind of nice though. But from what I heard, I mean, the execution of it isn't like ideally perfect, so to say, within this game though. But I hadn't, none of my friends, I don't think, have actually managed to download this or kind of play it themselves. I hadn't heard from like my close circle of friends whether or not they had this or if it was actually any good though. But from what I heard from different people in the community, some people dislike it, just the aesthetic of it. But I mean, in terms of execution, in terms of that gameplay, ain't nothing crazy or out of this world or anything like that though. But it is sort of kind of nice and it is a little bit unique though. But you know what, Minecraft, you probably could have been on something if you would have put the Chow Garden up in there. If you would have put the Chow Garden up in there, I'm pretty sure people would flip out and lose their mind and probably would pay you a lot more, Microsoft, to have that little feature up in there. I mean, shoot, Sega, like what the freak are y'all doing? I mean, where the heck is that Chow Garden? You literally could put that out on mobile and probably make an insane amount of bank on it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Sega. I don't know where y'all priorities at, but hey, I mean, you can take these ideas from me. You could drop this mess up into my PayPal, pay me back later though. But I'm just saying, Sega, y'all gotta do something with that Child Garden. I mean, y'all Sonic games might be a little bit whack, but if you can make a decent Child Garden game, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. I think y'all just got y'all priorities out of whack right there though. But that's about it in terms of. Ooh, yeah, I just gotta get a little bit of water. That's about it in terms of everything that I had to mention within that short little Sonic little segment right there, though. But we're gonna go ahead and run away from this and go ahead and tune up into some a little more beefy in terms of the RPG news. Because yes, Final Fantasy IX is actually getting a brand new animated series. Now, this sort of kind of comes out of left field, but at the same kind of time, I guess Square is sort of kind of interested in kind of pushing out at least their agenda in terms of because we could see it with this announcement as well as some other stuff, but it seems like they're sort of kind of getting more of their IPs, I guess, within like the sort of kind of animated shows or sort of kind of movie scene right there because it kind of makes sense. And just looking at the characters right here as what you can see on the screen right now, I mean they sort of kind of play themselves well to a sort of kind of animation like that or anime or whatever you want to call it right there though. So I am kind of curious about this. Final Fantasy 9 is one of those games I hadn't touched or played yet personally. Played Final Fantasy 7, loved it. Dabble with Final Fantasy 6 a little bit, played through at least like I think a good half of Final Fantasy 10 though. Uh Final Fantasy 8, ooh, that first hour really sucked. Like I just could not connect with it at all though. But Final Fantasy 9 is like one of those last few games that I want to kind of at least dabble with a little bit. Hadn't had the chance to yet, but maybe I will whenever that animation actually comes out. So maybe I'll kind of dabble in it then though. But that's basically all that there is to report about this new Final Fantasy 9 animation though. But let me know down in the comment section down below if you're going to be really interested or be one of those people that are really looking forward to it. Maybe this is your childhood game right here. Like maybe you really love Final Fantasy 9 and the second that you heard this news, I mean you probably leaped out of your seat for joy though, but it is going to be very interesting nonetheless to see how this all plays out. Now, next, this is a little bit sweet and a little bit sour news right here because Final Fantasy 1 through 6, we did learn thanks to Square Enix E3 presentation that there are going to be making remasters of these games. Now, originally some people were like, yes, they were super excited about it when they first revealed that, and then it was a gut check because it's only coming out on Steam and it's only coming out on mobile. Like, what the heck, Square Enix? Like, how in the world are you not putting these on consoles? But I digress because that's not the only little bit of negative news that we have with it though, because if you're one of those people that wanted to play the original versions and still have that available on Steam, so to say, for Final Fantasy 1 through 6, it is going to be nuked. All those versions, they're going to be destroyed. You ain't going to be able to actually get them no more, at least on Steam, once these pixel remasters do come into play. And you are able to actually purchase each one of these six individually, and they are going to drop out in July. And if you want to get like the big collection that has like all 1 through 6, I want to say, wasn't it like something like 70 something odd bucks? I mean, it was kind of expensive to have six of these games that are just kind of remastered in pixel form. And then even what I learned from my good friend Sonic Q, he even mentioned that It doesn't even have like all the content, I guess, in terms of like a later game iterations like they had that were released on the GBA, because there was like some extra content that was on there. Maybe the actual the audio wasn't as good as like stuff that was like on the Super Nintendo back in the day. But in terms of the extra beefed up content that was in some of these games, it doesn't seem like even that is going to be included in these games. So it is sort of kind of a blow. The pricing sort of kind of puts people off if they wanted to get all six of these, because it's actually fairly expensive to get all of them. So I mean, it's sort of kind of sweet and sour at the same time. I don't know where Square Enix business practices and decisions are kind of coming into play with all of this though, but it is a little bit unfortunate, at least to hear such something that fans have really been wanting for all of this time, to have like some kind of update or be able to actually play these games at least a little bit easier, but it's not entirely easy, or I guess it sort of kind of is, but not to the level that people wanted, with it being only on Steam and on mobile. Please, at some point, Square Enix, put this or port this somehow, some way over to the console, so that way we can be able to actually enjoy these games in peace and not have to worry about playing with touchscreens. Or if you're not just like a big PC player in general, at least we don't have to worry about that anymore though. But y'all gotta let me know in the comment section, were you really excited about this, or did you kind of get burned a little bit, at E3 whenever they revealed it was only for Steam and it was only for mobile? Or did you get a little bit you got a little extra crisp after that original burn whenever they kind of revealed the pricing structure and what kind of content was going to be available in these things? And, matter of fact, you ain't gonna be able to play the original ones that are on Steam. Y'all just gotta let me know how y'all feel about all of that though. But that's essentially it in terms of what I have to present to y'all for the Final Fantasy little mini segment right there though. But here in just a bit, give me 1 second to swallow this water real quick. We're gonna transition over into our next news topic. You know what? Stay hydrated, guys. Stay hydrated. It's one of the best things you can do. These summers have been really hot. People been sweating, passing out. Drink y'all water, boys. Drink y'all water. Don't have no sponsor tonight, but drink your water. Drink your H2O. All right, now moving over into the next topic. We're not done with all the Square Enix news, because guess what? It is Mana's 35th. I said 35th. I'm so used to the 35th with Zelda and Mario. Ha. No, this is Mana series 30th anniversary right here. And they had quite a bit of announcements to actually announce on the day that marked its anniversary right here. Because apparently we're actually, you know what? The Final Fantasy 9 animation ain't the only kind of animation we're getting in terms of animation from Square Enix, because we're actually getting a Legend of Mana animated series as well for its 30th anniversary. You know what? To that, I say, you know what? I mean, I've been slowly becoming a Mana series fan ever since I played the remake of Trials of Mana, and I was like, you know what? I'm totally down for this, because if you ever seen at least the opening cutscene for the Legend of Mana remaster that recently just released like last week, or a couple of weeks ago actually at this point, it's actually, you know what, it kind of, with the animation and what within that cutscene, as well as the art style for the game, it kind of goes hand in hand, and I think it's kind of actually a really nice fit in terms of it. Me personally, I really would have loved to see like a Secret of Mana animated series, or shoot, even a Trials of Mana. Like that's where you really would have got me, because man, if I was saw my girl Angela, or saw my other girl over there. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Man, oh shoot. Man, that would have been a fine piece of work right there, though. I'm just saying, though. But back to the Legend of Mana stuff, I think it's gonna be fairly cool. I think it's gonna play itself out pretty well, because I think there's like a lot of different mini art stories that they're able to pull from the game and be able to show it within an animated series like that, though. But you know what? It's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna work itself though. But I'm still a little bit upset, man. It could have been a Trials of Mana man anime, and it could have had my girl Rias up in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, Rias and Angela. Oh my gosh, that would have been the sweetest thing. Oh shoot. But anyway, though, I digress though. But y'all gotta let me know if y'all looking forward to this series, or for this animated series for Legend of Mana. But that's not all the Mana news that I had to present to y'all tonight, because also Legend of Mana recently dropped a couple of weeks ago, and I actually bought the game myself. So I just kind of want to throw in like my sort of kind of small little mini review for it though. And for me personally, the game's nice, it's charming, the art style seems nice and everything. I really love almost everything about it. But the one thing that kind of put me off is literally the battle system because I felt like it's a little too stiff and a little too, I wouldn't say clunky, so to say, but I don't know. It's like movement. It's like the second I started swinging my weapon around, that's when I started to notice, like, hey, I couldn't barely move. Or the enemies, obviously, they were kind of moving around on the screen, sort of kind of adapting super well to where I was placing my unit at. So I was like, okay, the battle system basically almost turned me off. I was kind of upset about it because I was really looking forward to this game. And it is only $30. And I kind of wish there was a demo. If there was a demo and I got to play a little bit of the battle scene, I would have definitely been able to make my decision off of that, though. But I guess they were wise not to put a demo out, though. But for anybody that played the game originally, whenever it launched, I'm pretty sure you still might be a big fan of this remaster because you might be already accustomed to how the battles sort of kind of work, though. But me coming right off the heels of the Trial of Mana remake, I guess they're on a good track record with remakes. Secret of Mana excluded, but I think from the Secret of Mana, the Trials of Mana, I think they definitely did a leg up in terms of that. And I feel like from whatever else they built off the Trial of Mana remake, I feel like every new game or iteration or slash remake they make from this point forward, as long as it uses that engine or an evolved form of that engine, I think that really has something right there, though. But at least with me personally, unfortunately, Legend of Mana isn't really doing it for me. And honestly, to be honest, that stream that I did, that's about as far as I went into that game. I had not been that motivated at all to kind of pick it up. I need to honestly go back and at least touch it at least like one or two more times. Just to be, get acquainted with it, make sure if for some reason if I can kind of pick it up or get back up to speed and see if I can actually give it a second shot. But just off of that first a little over an hour, it really wasn't doing it for me. So that is a little bit disappointing though, but that's not going to put me off from being a big Mono series fans because there's still like a couple more announcements that we did manage to get of some couple of good promising things coming. Because also for the 30th anniversary, they did announce that Echoes of Mana is going to be a brand new mobile game coming out in the year of 2022. It's basically going to be similar to your, Fire Emblem very similar actually to like Fire Emblem Heroes. That's like a mobile game from Nintendo where basically they were showcasing all these previous different units and people that were showcased all through the wide range of different Fire Emblem games. It's basically going to be Mana's series equivalent, but with basically showcasing off every character that's basically within the mainline games and probably some even from the sideline games, like even in this art right here, at least the first two characters right here in the front. Pretty sure those are like your unique characters though, but you can see like Duran in the back. You can see the one person from Secret of Mana right there, and you just see like a few other people scattered around in the background from different Mana games, whether it be main series as well as side series though. But that is going to be interesting. So I am going to be kind of curious about how this game sort of kind of plays out. I really do hope the monetization in it isn't going to be too off or a little too wacky or whatever though, because it is something I'm really looking forward to, and at least it can kind of get me caught up, as well as a lot of other people that might have been more recent Mana fans, be able to kind of get accustomed to all of these other different older characters from shoot all these different games spanning all the way back to the original Game Boy itself, where the original Mana game, which was known as Final Fantasy Adventure at the time, came out on. So it is something I'm gonna definitely keep my eye out on. I hope the gameplay is really cool, really fun. I just kind of hope it's free to play and not like you have to pay in order to kind of get an experience. I hope they don't go that route because they really kind of need to bring in more fans. And I feel like this kind of a mobile game can actually kind of do it. If it's anything sort of kind of similar to like the success that Fire Emblem Heroes gets, I don't think it's gonna be that much of a knockout of the park though. But I am feel like it's gonna do some things right in terms of that though. But that's all I got to say on that. Now we did get one last bit of Mana news that we managed, that they managed to drop on that day. Some of the most exciting Mana news, at least for me being a fan, and that is yes, it is confirmed that Square Enix is working on a brand new Mana series game. It is going to be a mainline game. It will be the fifth game in the series. So after Final Fantasy Adventure, after The Secret of Mana, after Trials of Mana, and after Dawn of Mana, which Dawn of Mana, we still need to sort of kind of get a remake on that though. But after that, yes, it's going to be this fifth mainline series for the Mana game. If they basically take that same engine that they use for Trials of Mana and use that, and then they can sort of kind of upgrade it if they so wish and choose. I mean, I feel like this fifth game is going to really knock it out of the park. I'm really looking forward to this brand new game though, and I'm like, oh shoot, yes, please give it to me. I feel like this is going to be one of those games that's gonna they're gonna try to get it on Switch. It's gonna be obviously on PlayStation 5, maybe the 4. I don't know. Depends on how long it takes them to make this game, and then also probably gonna be on Steam as well though. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And oh shoot, yes. So I think honestly, in terms of all those four announcements between the brand new series game, the mobile game, they also recently put out Legend of Mana Remastered, and then also with the Legend of Mana series for the animated series as well. I mean, between all of that different kind of stuff, I felt like they've definitely managed to knock it out of the park. And I was like, okay, you know what? This has been a pretty good this has been a pretty good anniversary. I feel like we've been recently getting quite a bit of different Mana stuff spanning I think for the past couple of years, because I mean in 2020 we had Trials of Mana. I mean the year before that, I remember shortly after that E3 when they announced Trials of Mana, we had like the Mana collection that basically give us like the first three mainline games. So basically, you could play the first three games in the series plus Legend of Mana, which is like technically the fourth game in the series, but it's actually a side series. So you could basically play four different Mana related games on the Switch right now, or slash other consoles right now that have released in recent memory. So that is pretty kind of nice, and we've been getting some a little bit, here and there, for the past few years though. So I've been really liking the future that the Mana series has been taking. Thank you Square Enix for sort of kind of revitalizing this series and sort of kind of making it a little more active than what it has been within the past years though. But honestly, that's it in terms of all the Mana 30th anniversary news I have to go through though. But y'all gotta let me know in the comment section down below, what is the thing that you're most excited about within the Mana series, and the thing you're looking forward to, whether it be the mobile game, the brand new series in the entry in terms of the mainline games, or if it's that animated series, or if you're one of those few people that actually do like the Legend of Mana remaster right there. Y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below. All right, so now moving on to the very next topic I have right here. It's a big one because none other than Kazuya managed to manage to manage to sabotage the competition, throw people off of ledges into the burning fiery volcano below, and managed to actually get into Smash Brothers like this. I mean, you know what? He was one of those characters I did not expect to actually get into Smash, but he was one of those characters that we everybody was sort of kind of thinking Bandai was going to get a brand new rep somehow, some way, but I was never thinking a Tekken fighter out of all people to be on there. But it definitely makes a lot of sense after we had a Fatal Fury person get up in there. Obviously, we already had Street Fighter up in there. I mean, it makes sense for Sakurai to kind of give more love to fighting game genre games up in here. All I'm thinking is like I feel like we're missing is like Mortal Kombat. Like that's the last one I'm personally thinking of that we're kind of sort of kind of missing. And otherwise, the list would be almost just about complete. But in terms of this dude's moveset, though, I'm like, this is absolutely nuts. Because whole shoot, everything that you're able to do with is like his tilts, his forward tilt, back tilt, up tilt, down tilt, the corner tilts. I'm like, what the heck? Even when you're in the crouch position, you have like the regular down tilt, you have like the caddy corner 45-degree forward down tilt, and the reverse back 45-degree down tilt as well. Like this dude has so many tricks up his sleeve. I feel like you're still going to be learning the character even like a few weeks out from this dude's launch. And I've been messing with him. He's been kind of fun to be playing with though. But man, oh man, this dude, I always feel like I'm still learning something new with him every time I'm picking up the game in terms of the way how the man combos and everything else. I'm like, holy shoot. But honestly, I'm like, golly, it's been really good. It's been really good fun. I had a few matches online where I was like, okay, you know what? I was kicking some people's butts with this character, and then some other person would choose them, and then they turn around and kick my butt right back. And I was like, oh shoot. I was like, because now is technically a good time if you wanted to get your GSP higher for certain characters that you like to play as. Now's the time to do it while people are still trying to learn Kazuya real well, or slash before they ditch him and they go back to like whatever characters they like the best of. But honestly, it's been a really good, fun experience for me being able to play as him. And it really does kind of feel like a really good fighting game because literally when you move around with Kazuya, I mean, literally as you move forward and back, those are like little mini burst dashes, like what you typically do it in a normal fighting game. So even that in itself actually feels pretty cool. So I definitely feel like he's one of those characters that's better played as when you're doing a 1v1 rather than if you were trying to put him into like a free for all. Because in a 1v1, you're able to focus on the character. I mean, obviously, the dude kind of faces towards your opponent, depending on where they're at in relationship to your person. So overall, I mean, I just really enjoy this character, especially whenever you do those certain moves where it kind of changes the camera angle and makes it kind of dynamic and like sort of kind of 3D, where you like get like a skybird view or kind of like a low 45-degree angle view of how he kind of throws his opponents or whatever though. So honestly, he's been a lot of fun being able to play with online and against some of my friends like that. So honestly, y'all gotta let me know in the comment section down below what all that you think about Kazuya and whether or not he's a character that will stick with you, or you might have to kind of sub him out every now and then because he just ain't quite doing it for you. Because at least for me personally, I feel like he's gonna be one of those characters I'll keep playing with for now, just to kind of make sure I know exactly what's up in his arsenal. So even if I do fight him and I'm using some other character, at least I'll be able to kind of respond to whatever another person's dishing out though. But for me personally, I wasn't a big fan of Ryu or Ken or shoot even Terry. But this dude, he had so much up his sleeve. I feel like he's still sort of kind of fun at the end of the day to be able to play as though. But that's basically all I have to say on that one news topic right there. Shoot. All right, man. I'm about to run out of my water over here. Oh boy. All right. So next is this one little segment where I did want to talk about two new demos that both respectively dropped about like a couple of weeks ago from now though. And the first one is Neo the World Ends With You. This is one of those demos I actually did manage to play out on the channel. So you can go ahead and check that out if you so want to, or please just to kind of see, exactly what was all shown up in that demo. But honestly, this is a really good, solid rockin' demo. Really love the music. Really like the characters. I mean, even looking at the main character, as you can see right in front of you, the way how he wears that mask, it was sort of kind of putting me off in terms of his character design a little bit. But you sort of kind of learn at least how to kind of grow and be able to accept that in terms of his new character look or design like that, though. But honestly, man, I feel like I'm gonna probably lose my voice by the end of this though. But honestly, the game itself is actually pretty solid for that first few hours that you get to play it. Because I think the demo itself is roughly about 2.5 hours or so. So honestly, you know what? It doesn't take too long to get through it though. But it is one of those demos where you're actually able to go through and play the first couple and a half hours of it. And it is one of those games where you're able to be able to push your I guess your save progression from, be able to push it from the demo to the full version of the game whenever it does come out later in July. So I am looking forward to that though. But honestly, if you hadn't played this demo, you need to go ahead and play it because I'm like, oh shoot, this demo was popping on all angles. The music, the gameplay, and stuff. And I was very curious of how they were going to be able to translate the first game which only use nothing but like, touchscreen where you're doing the swipes, the tap, and all of that stuff. And the way how they switched it over to button controls. Honestly, it was a really nice transition, and I really love almost every single aspect of it, though. So honestly, you know what? This is a pretty good, solid demo. You need to get your hands on it. You need to go ahead and play it because the game does come out later in July. Now, before I move on to my next topic, I do need to take a quick little breather, quick little water drink, take a little quick break. So I'll be back within a few minutes, though. But enjoy some good little tunes from Xenoblade right here because if you haven't played a Xenoblade game, I mean, shoot. I mean, the music is always popping up in that game, though. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there, though, and I'll be back in just a bit. All right, so I'm back. Who's shooting? Yeah, my throat was almost feeling it. That's the one thing about podcasts when you're soloing them is the fact that you gotta take some kind of breaks and you better have like a good amount of water nearby because eventually it is gonna take its toll. And yeah, these ones typically only manage to run up to at least a max of 1 hour. But might as well go ahead and jump back in it though. So this other demo right here is none other than Monster Hunter Stories 2. This demo right here though, ooh wee. Man, this is one of the better demos I played in quite some time. It goes right up there with Neil the World Ends with You. Because with this one, I'm not the biggest, craziest Monster Hunter fan. I do have Monster Hunter Rise. Only managed to get like an hour up into it so far though. But I put more time in this demo than I actually put into Monster Hunter Rise. And that in itself is saying a lot for me though, because I mean, I just like the whole mindset of having like an RPG sort of adventure has a lot more story driven elements into the game. You get to walk around, get to train up monsters, sort of kind of an almost kind of pseudo way of like Pokemon. So you get to train the monsters up, have them fight alongside you, and then you being able to manage them as well and train them up. I mean, all of that put together just made like a really nice experience for me. I just really love the world, the art style and stuff. This is the other demo I did manage to actually stream on my channel. So if you're kind of interested to see what my live thoughts was over me playing the game, you can definitely see it right there though. But yes, oh my goodness. Oh shoot. Yeah, that demo right there was absolutely amazing and I really love it to death. Now, I will say this: the game does drop out or this weekend on the Friday, and oh goodness, a lot of stuff is going on Friday. That's also the day that Black Widow actually drops as well, though. But the game actually drops out there on that Friday. If you're interested in picking up the amiibo, for some stupid odd reason, it's a GameStop exclusive. So if you want the amiibo, you gotta go there. And also, if you wanted the special edition, it might be sold out already right now, unfortunately. But you might be able to be in luck because I guess it's only available through GameStop as well, though. I managed to get my pre-order for it though, so I am looking forward to picking that game up on that Friday though. But I also will do a launch stream for the game, like what I typically been doing for most games I happen to buy on launch day. So if you want to see, my original start of the game, because I already did the demo and that's basically the start of the real game, make sure you go ahead and watch that first on channel. So that way, by the time you actually get over to my actual regular launch stream for the game, there is going to be a small little gap that I did skip in the story though. But if you play the demo yourself, you might be able to kind of know exactly what happens during that. And then I'll pick up right where I left off of that. Basically, it's kind of like me setting off my adventures on a boat, and I won't say too much beyond that. So that way y'all kind of looking forward to something to play with the demo itself. But definitely give a try out for the demo, just kind of see if you're kind of interested or not. Because if you do like RPGs, and if you like sort of kind of similar kind of, train your monsters up in a similar manner like Pokemon, this game might actually sort of kind of speak out to you. But that's basically all I have to say on that one topic right there. And that does it in terms of the demo impressions that we had this week. Now, real quick, I did want to mention, yes, I want to say special thanks to everybody because I did manage to go through and play through the whole entirety of Famicom Detective Club and The Missing Heir. Played it from very beginning to the end. It was the first game on my channel I actually managed to stream from the start of the game to the end of the game. The only other game I think I did on my channel was like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's on a playlist somewhere on my channel. And it was like thanks to Mario's help, or Sock Team Studios, the name of his channel. It was thanks to his help where I was able to kind of do some stuff with that series, but I didn't manage to get all the way through it though. But this is the first one since I had my brand new Elgato where I'm actually able to capture footage from the game though. So honestly, I've been really loving that as well. And with that series complete, it does bring up a brand new series that I am about to announce here in just a few minutes though. But honestly, in terms of my overall thoughts on Family on the Detective Club, it was a very nice experience. A game I really did enjoy. I probably will pick up the other version, which is The Girl Who Stands Behind, at some later point because once you buy one of these games for $35 on the eShop, the other game is like $25, so put them both together makes 60. So at some other point, I will play it. Will I make it a stream series? Probably not. At least what I'm thinking right now. I'll probably just play it on my own time whenever I do manage to pick it up, though. But hey, if you like my playthrough of this one game, and if you watch it all the way from start to finish, you might be interested in playing The Girl Who Stands Behind, which is actually the prequel story to the events that happened prior to the events that I played within this one game right here, though. But honestly, yes, it was a very nice, fun little series. Loved it from start to finish, though, and I'm definitely looking forward to whatever comes next within the series. And they did say, Nintendo did say, these two games did, good and well enough, or one of the members, I guess, that were sort of kind of working with this project, they would be almost interested in doing the third game of the series because I think there's only 3 games in this series as a whole. So honestly, it'd be really cool to be able to see that one get localized and brought over here to the West as well, though. Now, the big news of the night. What will be the next stream game series that I'll be doing after Famicom Detective Club and the Missing Era now that that's finished? And today, I say it'll be none other than Metroid Zero Mission. That's going to be the next game series that I'll be doing on my channel. Now, I think I was talking to my good friend Sonic U, and he said it roughly will probably take me anywhere between 3 and 4 hours. So this is probably going to be a very short stream series because I probably can get it done within either 3 to 4 different stream sessions. So yeah, so it probably lasts only like the month of July or maybe a little shorter than that, depending on how fast I can actually able to rip through these games though. But yes, that is going to be the one game series I'm going to be doing because you know what, with Metroid Dread coming right around the corner, I was like, yes, thank goodness, because I was like, I actually had to manage to dig out my Wii U in order to get this thing ready. Like I downloaded it ready, got it all hooked up back over here to my TV, where I'll be able to hook it up so I'll be ready to stream it. And good news is I'm gonna be streaming the game tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time / 8 p.m. Pacific Time. So yes, it literally is right around the corner. And as soon as I'm done with the stream, you're probably gonna see it pop back up on my channel, an upcoming live stream. So you'll see it, get ready for it within the next 24 hours or so. So honestly, I'm looking forward to this. I'm gonna try to play through all of this. And then after I'm done playing this game, I can technically say I played this. I played Samus Returns, played half of or not Fusion, played half of Super Metroid. So I'm gonna probably go back and do that on my own time. And then at some point, I do need to play Metroid Fusion. So the Wii U is actually a fairly good place to play Metroid games because you can play the first and the fourth game, and technically the second, and then even some other stuff like Other M, which that's a game some people don't like to talk about so much or whatever though, in terms of its story and what they did with that game though. And then also you can play like obviously the Metroid Prime trilogy game. So we use actually a pretty good Metroid console right there though. But yes, so if you're really excited about this, make sure to tune in on my channel. Normally I would stream these on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time / 8 p.m. Pacific Time. But because my podcast got pushed back to tonight, I technically would have been playing this game tonight. Had it not been for the 4th of July and me pushing stuff back though. But yes, I will have that hopefully available for me to stream tomorrow night. So definitely keep your eye out on the channel for that. Now, in terms of that's basically it. So that's all I have to say and bring up in terms of all my news topics that I have for tonight though. So quite a bit of stuff. I managed to jam it all down in here within like the span of an hour. I do apologize about that because typically, with podcasts, people usually like podcasts to be on the longer side anyway, so that way you can kind of listen to it longer, always kind of come back to it though. But it's always so hard doing it solo because you always want to run through your thoughts you want to run through your thoughts almost twice as fast. Number one, it's either you go through your thoughts quick or your throat's going to give out, one or the other, real quick though. And slash, usually when I have my other buddies here on the podcast, they can say something, it can spark some ideas though. So yeah, so I do apologize about that though. But honestly, it was pretty nice just to be able to kind of sit down, talk with y'all directly, just sort of kind of give out my solo thoughts on all of those different news topics that I was fairly interested in. And that's the reason why I kind of reported on these things though. But y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below what all that you think about all of these various different topics, anything within that Final Fantasy segment that we have right there, the Mana 30th anniversary right there, along with a couple little bit of Sonic stuff that we got with little collabs right there though. And then also in terms of the brand new Smash character being Kazuya. Hey, are y'all ripping it online or y'all getting beat up online? And then also, have y'all tried out those demos for Neo the Warlands with you as well as Monster Hunter Stories 2? Or if you didn't want to try them out, I mean, you're always free to watch the playthroughs on my channel where I show like roughly about either the first hour or hour and a half of both of those demos respectively. And then also, are you looking forward to my brand new series, Metroid Zero Mission? I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll be streaming them on the night. Maybe I can get Sonic U to kind of come up in here, give me a little bit of commentary as I'm playing through the series, because I know he's a big Metroid fan like me, though. Knows probably a little bit more than me because he obviously played more of the games in the series than me, though. But it should be a really good, fun little session right there, though, for the next few sessions where I'm going through and streaming the game though. But that's gonna basically do it in terms of this ZardCast episode 12. So if you really like this video, make sure to go ahead and hit hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game topics related, pop culture segments, and everything else in between that I feel like discussing, y'all. So remember, y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.